Hello, welcome to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. You are listening to the new streaming network.com. We are so grateful to have you here on this wonderful show. It's called Link to Expert, and we're showcasing one of our business owners today, and we're really excited about that. But those of you that have not listened to us before, I am one of your hosts. I am Cece Shatz. I'm the doyen of relationship building, and I'm also the owner of newstreamingnetwork.com. I also have my great friend here with me, Joanne Weiland. Joanne, tell us about you.
Joanne Weiland, Weiland when you can fly. That's because I've flown so much in my life, and I always feel like it's so much better to just fly around instead of being steady. But anyway, that's why we love having all these different guests. Like today is a real good example. We'll have a different twist on it, so we'll be sharing that with you. But the reason we have these shows, the Business Showcase, as well as the Link to Expert Goodreads Authors Corner, we love to showcase all these different experts that have done so many fabulous, incredible things that we want to share with the world because of the fact that's what makes the world so much more exciting when we have different types of people that create different types of things to make our lives so much easier. So we're thrilled to bring these shows to you. Thank you for always participating, listening, watching. We appreciate you. Thank you.
So, before we start the show, a couple things I'd like to mention. Number one is that Joanne is the founder of the collaboration cloud community called Link to Expert. So, if you haven't checked that out, please do. It's called LinktoEXPERT.com. That's LinktoEXPERT.com. So make sure you check that out. The other thing, I want to give a quick shout out to Dale and his family in West Virginia. He's been watching us, and along with his family, we want to appreciate that. And we're getting a big fanship there in West Virginia. So I want to do a quick shout out to them. So thank you so much for listening to us. But let's move on to our show because we've got a lot going on. Our topic today is all five elements. Kava Lounge. It's one of our favorite places that we go to. And we have our wonderful guest here today, Chris Flanders. Chris, let's bring you right up. Hey, Chris.
Hi,
Hello.
Chris.
Hi. How are you?
It's great. We are doing great, and it is great having you here with us today. It's such an honor to have you, and we love your lounge. And so, tell us a little bit about yourself, and why you decided to open up this wonderful establishment in Largo, Florida.
Um, well, I would say I'm a spiritual person. I've always seeked higher levels of thinking, and I feel life is a journey for all of us. We all have our different evolutions we're going through, and
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, just with huge changes in consciousness and technology and everything. So it's kind of an intense time with I think kind of a new world being brought in. But anyway, I believe I'm an empath. If you're not familiar with what an empath is, but it's basically a healer who has ability to help other people grow spiritually and to change their lives and improve their lives. But I have a psychology background, and I've always had the ability to help other people, whether it's through counseling or just mentoring and motivation and things like that. So was also in the military. I've been through a lot of stuff in life that has brought me to this point. And so I opened this Kava Lounge. Kava is a drink from the Fijian Islands. They call it Nature's Xanax. It makes you feel relaxed. It helps with insomnia, helps with anxiety. It's an excellent social drink. And I discovered that when I moved back to Florida a few years ago. Is this too much about myself? Should I keep going? But
No, it's great. It's great.
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's very, very. I mean, I love it. I love all that you're having saying. And then we wanted to ask you, like, where did you grow up? Did you grow up here in
Uh,
Florida?
yeah, I grew up here in Florida. My family's
Mhm.
from Michigan, but I grew up in Florida in the Palm Harbor area.
And
Okay.
then I was curious too, Chris, were you raised, in a spiritual environment, or did you
No,
transform, or what happened?
not so much. I think I have been very diligent of being a self-developer and a self-healer. I was born into a good, wholesome family with good common sense roots, but who I've become has been a lot my own will that I've followed of working through my issues and my lower self. I saw it as a challenge. So yeah, who I've become has been a lot of solitude and a lot of introspection. And I personally believe in reincarnation. So maybe I'm an older soul or something. But yeah, it's just been a journey that I've been walking for a while. I'm really big on personal growth. I think the more we can clear away our inner limitations and fears and demons or whatever you want to call it, the more we can open up our souls to manifesting our dreams. So life has been like a journey. So I got my psychology degree. I've had a lot of anxiety issues in the past that I've had to overcome. I've found a very strong connection with nature that has helped me with a lot of my anxiety. And through these inner issues, it's helped me discover who I am, and it's helped me to know how to help other people, which is huge for me. It's very rewarding to be able to help other people expand their mind and work through their stuff. So yeah, that's my story.
I just always think what you just said is so true, that a lot of times we wonder why we went through whatever we went through. But I think mostly we go through it so that we learn from it. And that's how better way to teach when you've actually experienced it. Because if you never experienced it, you really can't have the empathy for the other people that are going through it. And I really think that's the way it works, that it's like a circle. And I feel like we're responsible for sharing what we learned instead of just holding it, to our chest and not wanting to help others. So Chris, my hat goes off to you. Seriously, it's wonderful. And I see you're out in nature now, and I'm with you. I don't know about our guests, our audience, but I really feel like nature is so healing. Almost every day I do my best to be out in nature, walking or meditating or journaling. And I really think that if a lot of people that have a lot of anxiety, if they would just relax a little bit and go in nature, it would help. I know with me, I can tell the difference the days that I forget to do it or think I'm too busy to do it.
Yeah, what's that saying? Go hug a tree, right?
Right.
Absolutely, go hug a tree. Well, I love everything you have to say, because I too agree that things that we go through in life, sometimes we go through them simply because there's something we're supposed to learn from them, right? So what are we going to take away? And I always say to myself, whenever I'm in a very challenging situation, I always think, okay, what am I supposed to learn here? And let's learn it fast so we can get out of the deep, right? And I totally love that. Well, you've gone from really educating yourself, going through and getting your education and learning about yourself, knowing that you're an empath. I'm also an empath, so I totally get that, understand that. And then moving forward into opening this wonderful lounge where not only is it, kind of a fun place to be, but it's also, I think, an experience, because you have all of these different, drinks and things that you share with people. But then you also do like tarot card readings. I know you did a tarot card reading with me when I came in there one time, and it was fabulous. And so you also have a little shop there, and that you sell, different products and things. And so I really love the idea that you've actually moved through to doing this, because it's really creating an experience that you're sharing with other people. So tell us a little bit about that and what your vision is, why you're motivated to do this.
Okay. Maybe it's a little bit similar to like Walt Disney. If you use your creative energy and it's coming from a pure place, it kind of it fills the environment. So I've been through all these experiences in life that have, helped me develop myself and everything. And I've created this space that is an extension of what I believe in and what I find beautiful. So it helps me because I get to create something that I like to be a part of, but I also get to share that creativity with other people. So I'm big on communication and the power of making beautiful connections, whether it's a friend or an intimate relationship. And I think it's really needed right now that we have sacred spaces for this to happen. I think, like I said, we're moving into the spiritual age, the age of Aquarius, and I wanted to make a holistic, mystical, wizard, magical bar that is different than a traditional bar. It has all these earth-based drinks that are up and coming. I mean, they've been around for centuries, but it makes a lot more sense, in my opinion, than alcoholic, destructive beverages. Nothing against that, but it's really a beautiful thing to be able to have this little magical crystal shop that you can check out. You can go outside and hang outside. We have a little garden out back, and it feels like a medieval, mystical crystal bar. And I think it's awesome. And I just wanted to, I want to share my inner world with people and help other people to become magical and their best selves.
Well, I loved it one time when you told us that, you won't get a DUI when you drive home from this lounge. So that's really cool. And you still can have a really good time, and even if some of the drinks catch a buzz. So I love that you brought all these different options, not only just for the drinks. And I know you have specialty drinks and stuff like that, but I even love the way you actually work with some of your neighbors, and you can serve food there as well, so they can just eat and drink there while they're having fun, because you offer so many incredible things, like the karaoke nights, the ping pong tournaments, the different open mics, and I have a whole list that I should look at because I'm trying to remember what they all are. But Chris, I love it that you do the flow dance, and even having a networking night, a trivia night, the vegan potluck, fire flows. I mean, you guys got to check out Chris's website to see what nights he has all these different things going on. And we're going to be talking about another event after the break that even Cece and Chris are putting on together. So you can also have your events there, which I think is really cool, to have a really cool event place. So Chris, I love the way you brought all that together, but I am curious. I know, like I just said, about the local food, which makes sense. I mean, why would you want to ship it in from California or something like that? But the point is, I was curious, where do you get your coffee and stuff? Is that local, or where do you get the coffee?
Yeah, the coffee's from a local place called Bonsai Beverages. It's a friend about similar age as me that opened a coffee shop in Clearwater on US 19. And it's really good quality Ethiopian coffee. So yeah, most of the stuff that we have in there is local and quality things. We have some local people put things on consignment, if they make candles or jewelry or whatever. We also have kombucha that is made from beach kombucha in St. Petersburg. Kombucha is a fermented elixir beverage that tastes nice, and it's brewed with herbs and fruits and things like that. So yeah, it's a concoction or an amalgamation of multiple cool energies put into this social hangout spot that is healing just stepping in there. I had a crystal shop 10 years ago, and I'm into the healing properties of the crystals and all that new age stuff. So I think it's just fun. It's fun to be able to come in and sit and drink a Blue Lotus or a Kava or a Kratom and get buzzed and feel good. But like she said, it's not alcohol. It's not going to cause a DUI. It's just a lot safer and more pure, which is good.
Exactly. Now, when you said also about the local people that do, have the jewelry and the candles and stuff that sell at your cool shop, Chris, I was wondering, if there is people listening that actually have other products, but they might not be near, your shop in Largo, Florida, would they be able to contact you to sell their products on consignment as well?
They could. I'm old-fashioned when it comes to that. I mean, I like to see someone in person that is going to potentially have stuff in the shop for sale. So the first step, I would say, would be visiting the place physically and walking in the door and meeting whoever's there. So yeah, if we have enough room, we could put stuff on there.
You do have a lot of stuff, which is really exciting, though. I don't mean that negatively. I mean, and a lot of unique things. And that's personally what I think is really cool, too. It's not something you see every day. And even what you're doing, I don't think is every day. And I was wondering if you think that now that people are coming out more and, hanging out with each other more than like they used to before the pandemic, I don't know about you, but I think that you'll see a lot more around the country opening up shops, not maybe exactly like yours or even close to being like yours, but just that more people can hang out and get to know each other more than what we did for so many years, is being stuck at home. What do you think of that?
I think it's the perfect time for it. Like I said, I feel like I'm wired differently than a lot of people, and I'm here to help people to become their best selves. There's a lot of fear and illusions, and we're still breaking through to a new level of existence for humanity. I mean, all that stuff aside, the space is, like I said, it's not just a regular bar that, with 14 sports TVs on the TV. We have meaningful conversations, and there's beautiful connections that are formed there, and you're totally able to be yourself in this environment. And yeah, I think it's the perfect time for people to start to come out of their hiding places and to open up and try new things. It's an aspect of enlightenment to be open-minded and be an adventurer. Try things that are different. If you do the same thing all the time, nothing will change. So this space is definitely worth checking out, and it's just healing to go in there. If you're going through stuff, just come in and hang out for 15 minutes and have a kava, and you will feel better. Because I know everybody's going through something right now. It's a tough time, economically in the world. Mental health is a big issue right now, and I've made it my destiny and my journey to commit to helping humans, my fellow man. And I can see it and sense it being an empath every day of the confusion or the fear or mental health problems, whatever. So the space helps with all that stuff.
Oh, definitely. I mean, your mission statement is so spot on with what you're talking about: to heal, to help, to create a holistic community. And I know that's what Cece and I always have, is communities. And I feel like that is so important today, that people feel part of a community. Like Cece said, I have the Collaborative Cloud community. We started that back in 2007. Ours is online, where yours is in person, but I think we need both, because of course, like with ours, there people are all around the world, but we also need to have a place like you created to go and enjoy each other's company face to face. And if you're like me, I love to hug. So hug each other and make each other, some days, I have a bad day. Someday you might have a bad day. So we're there for each other, to lift each other up and encourage each other to not get, it's okay to get down, but don't stay down, is what I tell myself.
Yeah.
Very true.
What I think is important, and we'll probably take a break here real quick, but what I think is important is I think a lot of people now are wanting to step out. They are wanting to go and do things and be with other people, but then they're kind of concerned about where to go, what to do, and because of economics, they're also a little bit concerned about, where to spend their money, what to do with it. And I think if we're looking at going out and doing something, let's do something that's going to benefit us, on a whole, right? Self-development, connection with other people, doing something, eating healthy, drinking healthy, not, like you said, not necessarily the alcohol, but you're going into a meeting place like yours, you're connecting with other people, you're building a community, you're making friends, and you're also sharing food and drink that's going to be healthy for you and it's going to make you feel good. And so it's a win all the way around. There's just, there's no way of saying it. But so it's just a great environment for individuals to be able to experience. And then you offer other things of enjoyment so they can really kind of get out of their house, get off the sofa and start conversing with other people. So I think it's terrific. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about what I'm going to do to connect a little bit more with Chris, and what his vision is in the future of other things that he's going to be doing connecting with our community, because he definitely strives to bring in his, small business owners, bring him into his establishment, selling products and services, and even just the coffee that you drink, it's from a local establishment that he actually wants to support. So I think it's a win all the way through. So Chris, it's wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us. I want to share the address. It's 12682 Starkey Road, Largo, Florida, because we're in Florida. And if you guys want to email him, just email him at Chris, CHRIS, at all 5 elements, ELEMENTS.net. And then the website, check it out, because he's got all kinds of different events. He's got different things that you can purchase. You can look at a store, different things like that. And he also puts up pictures of things that he does, which is kind of fun. So go to the website. It's, of course, www.all5elements.net. That's ALL5, number 5, elements, ELEMENTS.net. So check out his website. So Chris will be right back. You guys are listening to Link to Expert Business Showcase. We are so very pleased to be with you. I am Cece Shatz. I have Joanne Weiland here with me. You're on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. This is the newsstreamingnetwork.com, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Link to Expert Business Showcase. I am Cece Shatz. I have my good friend Joanne Weiland here with me. You're listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network on the newsstreamingnetwork.com, which is home of Going Bold and, of course, Going Solo. And we want to thank you so much for joining us. Today, our topic is all 5 elements right here in our local Largo area in Florida. The All 5 Elements Kava Lounge. We have wonderful Chris Flanders with us here. He is the owner of it, and it's just absolutely a terrific place to be. And it's right there on 12682 Starkey Road in Largo, Florida. So go right away and check it out, because it is a fun place to be. It's a great experience, and we are just so pleased to be able to share that here with you guys today. So let's talk a little bit more, Chris, with you about what you and I are going to be doing together.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right, we're doing a singles. It's singles want to date. I have a site that's called Singles Want to Date, and it's a dating. It's individuals that want to date, right? And so what they're going to do, we're going to have a date chat night. We're going to do this September 13th at 5:30 right there at the All 5 Elements Kava Lounge. But when we were talking about people trying to get out, meet other people. They're trying to converse. They're trying to do self-development. They're trying to really help themselves. This is what it's all about. So we're going to actually talk about dating, and we're going to have a guest speaker. We're going to have a signature drink, like one of your specialty drinks. What is it? It's called the, what drink are we having?
Blue Lotus.
Blue Lotus. Yeah, I'm excited about that. The Blue Lotus drink. So it's a specialty drink, which you can purchase there. And we're also, of course, there's sandwiches. If you want to come, it's 5:30. So if you get hungry, it's dinner time, so you can get some sandwiches there. But we're just going to kind of talk to each other. And we're going to talk about dating and, really some of our experiences in life, and just really try to connect. And it's a great time for singles to be able to, number one, get out out of their house, but also to be able to meet other like-minded individuals. And there's nothing better than meeting somebody and watching them converse, how they behave, how they answer questions, how they do things, to see if you have an interest that maybe you want to connect with them. So it's a wonderful experience. And I want to thank you for letting us have that at your establishment there.
Well, I think that's another thing that we hadn't hit on, that you can use Chris's lounge as a meeting place and have your events there as well. And you just schedule it with him ahead of time because he has a lot of things on his calendar. But that, I think, is priceless, to have a really cool place like that to meet with your type of people, that you usually meet with, but you're looking for some creative, unique place to meet. So I think it was really cool that Cece and Chris decided to, make it happen. And, we're already having dozens and dozens of people signing up. So we encourage you to sign up, because the other thing is that I think that they might not realize, but there's even going to be tarot card readings that night by Chris. So, some people that want to get, work with a reader, that's available that night as well. Am I correct?
Yeah, definitely. And there's also a list. So if you want that tarot card reading, you're going to have to sign up. So you want to definitely either reach out to Chris or myself and get your name on that list, because it's filling up, because everybody's enjoying it. And it's very reasonable, because Chris, you're going to be doing it for 10 minutes for $20. I mean, you can't beat that anywhere. So it's going to be a fun time. And like I said, I just recently had a tarot card reading. It was a lot of fun and very informative. So
it was very positive. I was very impressed.
It was, I was very excited about it.
What the future holds. So that was exciting too.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's great, but I love the idea of being able to have your, events in your, your restaurant there, not really restaurant, but in your lounge there, because there's not a lot of places where groups can actually go to be able to get together. And more and more people are wanting to get out and do things. So we're finding that more and more people are wanting to be in the group, get out, converse with each other, and start sharing experiences and start living life. So I think that is terrific. And your place, of course, not only is a wonderful place to be, it's a very welcoming establishment, but it's also you. I mean, you yourself, Chris, you kind of open yourself up. And like you said, you help, you're an empath, you help people along the way. And so if they got a problem, you're willing to listen to it and, try to kind of help give them direction and move them forward. So that is really a terrific thing to do. I mean, I think you have said it. It's a holistic destination for the body, mind, and soul. So what
Indeed.
A wonderful experience.
Also, Cece, he just celebrated his 2nd-year anniversary, which congratulations, 2 years in business. So I was wondering, because we were talking about that in the earlier part of the show, how when we go through something and we learn, would you be willing to share with people that are thinking of starting a business and what you learned in the last 2 years that could possibly help them, get off the fence and do it?
Yeah, I have a lot of wisdom in different areas that I could provide to people to help them with things.
Right, because again, until you go through it, you really don't know. And I always tell myself, you don't even know what you don't know, but I tell myself, I don't even know what I don't know, but I want to know more, because of the fact the only way we can know a lot of times, though, is by actually doing it. So I'm not thinking that Chris thinks it was easy, but if you don't start, you're never going to do it. So do you agree with that, Chris? That they just...
Yeah, I think we need to have courage and step outside our comfort zone if we're going to expand. So whether you're going to open a business or something else, you have to take a risk sometimes necessary.
Right. Over the 20 years that I've been in business, that I totally agree with you. And I think it's really cool that the creative, knowledgeable people like you that actually do take the plunge and do it. And, like you mentioned about Walt Disney earlier, many people don't realize it, but he actually went through 5 bankruptcies. And I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm just saying he just never gave up. He kept trying.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to try something. Maybe that doesn't work. You have to tweak it, or even, start something totally different. But just don't ever give up. Just keep going like Walt did. I mean, he's one of my imaginary board members. So, I mean, I really feel like he's helped me over the years to encourage me to, don't give up. And, you might have to tweak it, but that's okay. Just keep trying.
No, that's the way it is with business, though, isn't it? I've been in business for over 10 years too, and which surprises me it's been that long. But that things have evolved, and then we went through COVID. That totally shifted us completely. We're still feeling it from there. We're still redefining our businesses, our lives from that, and that has forever changed us, I believe. But maybe for the positive, because it's made an appreciation of what we have and how important it is. Community is important to us, because there for a while we were locked down into our living rooms and couldn't really do much, and then we really didn't appreciate, I think, our fellow man, our neighbors and places that we went to as much, and boy, when things started opening up, we were just so happy to be able to start getting out again and doing things again. And now I think that we're really starting to connect and have that true appreciation for our local places that we like to go to. So I think, Chris, it's great having you being 2 years in the business, and you're established. Your feet are planted there now. What your neighbors and all of those that are coming to your establishment, what they like, and you could just continue to grow with that, which is wonderful.
Well, and this is just a sidebar, but I know a lot of times when I go to events, it's so frustrating that I cannot find any place to park, and I have to park, 2 miles down the road. And so Chris also, the location he picked, has lots of parking. And I think that might be silly to some people, me saying it, but I really do feel like it makes a huge difference that you can, park and go right into the lounge. And then, of course, when it's your time to leave, you just are parked right out there too. And you don't have to worry about like your events in the evening, if it's dark, to walk out there. So I think he thought of so many things. The other thing, Chris, like where you're in nature right now, the other thing I love that he's expanding, not just to the indoor lounge, but also creating a whole unique space behind the lounge that you can actually be outside in nature, like we talked about, and a really cool, area to get to know each other. I mean, is that where you usually do the fire flows too, Chris? Or
Yeah, the outback area has a lot of potential. It's still developing, but we want to get a mural out back, and we have some seats out there right now, but we want to have a cool little build out area and a mural and grow the garden more. And it's nice to have that option to go outside and be in the fresh air. It's called the George Plaza on Starkey Road. That's the name of the plaza. I think it's been there for quite a while. It's got that awesome parking in the front, which was a big thing. Lots of parking, no anxiety, free parking, which is good. And we are expanding out back soon. Going to have lots of plants out there, and there's room to dance and to have festivities and vendors to set up and sell their food and everything. So it's got a really good layout. A front little area also where we have the ping pong, and I've still got some stuff to do to make it exactly what I want it to do. So we're only 2 years in, so Outback still has some room for expansion, and when we get more people, then it's going to help with that. So it's still evolving.
Well, don't worry. I think people like you that are so creative, it'll always be evolving, and that's a good thing. So because if we're always doing that, but like you said, the space is perfect too, with having the dancing, the open mic nights, the trivia nights. I mean, it's just really cool to have all those different things at this place that you can feel comfortable and safe going to. and meet lots of other like-minded people, as well as, just have fun. And I really think that makes a huge difference in people's lives when you live life to the fullest and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the outside in the winter time will be great. You'll have that fire pit and the lights, and I'm looking forward to it because, when it's a little cooler, we want to be outside so we can really branch out there. So that'd be great. I'm sorry, Chris.
Definitely. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah, I just wanted to have a variety. It's fun for a person to be able to check out the little shop. And if they do want to get a massage, we have a massage person there regularly. They could
Yeah.
do that or get a tarot reading. And I'm even open to doing consistent counseling or mentoring for people. Or if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can just sit and chill at the bar and meet a new friend, walk outside, and I just like to create experiences for people, and I want to have different variety going on. So that's the plan. Just need more people to come in and give it a chance. It's a little bit different, It's not a traditional bar with millions of TVs and all that stuff. But the world needs something different here soon. I think places that touch the soul more. So just people got to come and check it out. It's like Disney. It's high creativity. We've got a medieval wall portrait with a magic door on the wall and a tree portrait, and you feel fun hanging out in a creative, magical space like that. So it's still in the beginning phases of getting people to come in and see what it's about and be educated on these botanical drinks, kratom and kava and all that. So we're there to give the information and teach people about this stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. It's absolutely fun. The thing for me when I went in there, I thought it's not your normal lounge where you go in and it's dimly lit and it's dark and dungy and you kind of want to get out of there again. This is a place where you kind of want to go in and hang, and you want to be able to communicate with people. So it's basically like a communication lounge, where you actually go and you want to be and you want to meet people and you want to talk and chat and get to know everyone that's there and make friends. So yeah, I think it's a very cool place. So if you haven't experienced it, you guys have got to go to it because it's really a truly wonderful place. It's called All Five Elements Kava Lounge, and wonderful parking, so you have no problem with that. There's going to be an outside space in the wintertime. You'll be able to get outside in the fresh air and the nature a little bit. It's right there on 12682 Starkey Road, Largo. And if you guys want to send Chris an email, you can. It's at Chris, CHRIS, at all5elements.net. And then, of course, the website is all5elements.net. That's all ALL5, number 5, elements, ELEMENTS.net, all5elements.net. So you want to definitely check out the website. He's got all kinds of things happening. There's karaoke, what is it? We're having a date
open mic. And Largo's right by the St. Pete area and Tampa Bay area. Largo's kind of a chill city right in the middle of Pinellas County. So it's amongst St. Pete and Tampa, and it's in a nice area.
Yeah, nice area, safe area, no problem. Come and join us for the date chat night. Free, completely free. You can go there. You just have to pay for whatever you're going to drink and eat. And then it's at September 13th at 5:30. So make sure, and that's a Friday, so you guys can come out and join us there and check it out.
What if they can't get there at 5:30? Could they come later?
Oh yeah, you can come later. It's going to be happening we're going to be there for a while. We're going to have our specialty drink that you're going to make. And then if anybody wants anything to eat, they can purchase things to eat. We're going to hang out and talk and chat. And then we're going to have a speaker. And, but I set the time 5:30 so people know when to kind of start getting there. And, and we should have a pretty good crowd. So it should be, we're excited about doing it and excited about sharing the experience of all 5 elements. So definitely, guys, check it out. All 5 Elements Kava Lounge. right there in Largo. And check out the website of all the fun things. Like I said, karaoke, you open mic. I know, Joanne, when you come back from your vacation, we're gonna be hitting there and doing the open mic. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I
And
love
then,
it. Mike.
yeah, and then you have a bunch of other things that are scheduled, and it's going to be constantly evolving. So, which is the beauty of it, right? That was what makes it fun. So, yeah. So go ahead and go in, and what are the hours? Share the hours with us that you're open.
10 a.m. till 5 in the morning most of the time. We're open late, except for Sundays and Saturdays. Sundays we're open at 3 p.m. and Saturdays we open at noon. But yeah, the rest of the week it's 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. So it's open late.
All right. So if you need somebody to talk to, Chris is your guy. So you definitely want to go in there and have a chat with him and let him know what's going on in your world, and he'll let you know what's going on in his. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. So thank you so much, Chris. Really appreciate it. Are there any last words you'd like to share with our audience?
I'm not. I don't think so. I think I said a good amount of stuff. Just gotta come in and see it for yourself.
Okay, we definitely want to do that. Again, the address is 12682 Starkey Road in Largo. So make sure you check it out. And the name of the place is All Five Elements Kava Lounge. And make sure you talk to Chris, let him know that you saw him here on the show. We would appreciate that. You guys are listening to Link to Expert Business Showcase. I am Cece Shatz. I have my good friend Joanne Weiland here with me. You're listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We are on the newsstreamingnetwork.com. Check us out. We've got a wonderful array of hosts and guests and shows that you just wouldn't believe that are right there on newsstreamingnetwork.com. We want to thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.